What's happening, y'all? Rich Sosa coming back at you with another video today. And before we get started, I gotta say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. Comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I'll definitely be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So as you can see from the looks of the title on the screen today, man, I put together a very special build, and this one is actually going to come out to the Swiss Army knife. Now we're going to be making it out of the small forward position, but for this build today, man, I'm telling y'all it's a real well-rounded mid-range shooter. And I was trying to make my Kevin Durant build from last year, but this one today, man, I'm telling y'all it has everything from being a pretty good defender, also a playmaker, and the offensive side, I'm telling y'all you have everything that you need. So I just want to say thank y'all so much for the support. God bless every single one of you for coming through. And you know, if it's your first time, bro, be sure to hit that sub button, smash that like button, and turn on post notifications so you can be a part of the Rich family. I would highly appreciate it. We're about to be at 8,000 supporters, man, and you know, we're gonna reach 10K by the end of 2024, so I'm gonna continue to drop these builds for y'all. If you want a very specific, you know, type of build, position you want me to go after and find, let me know, bro. This is one of the more rare build names, so let's go ahead and dive into the breakdown. The first thing we're doing is putting this one under the small forward position. Now, when it comes towards the actual height, you gotta go with 6'9", and then for the wingspan, you know, this really goes hand in hand with your weight because it's going to affect your strength, and that's something that I really wanted to focus on this build. I didn't want to be too weak, so I'm going to go with a 6'11 wingspan, but as for the weight, go with 215. Now, for the rest of the build, it's all free game. If you want to make any type of changes, adjustments, feel free to do so. But as far as when it comes towards this close shot, I'm going to go up to an 82. And then for that driving layup, I'm going to go with an 80. Once we get into the driving dunk, man, let's go with an 87. And then right here, when it comes towards that standing dunk, you actually unlock some extra like upgraded dunk packages, bro. So I think this number is going to be perfect to not only get contact dunks once we adjust the vertical, but this is an all-around build. Now I'm going to skip out on the post control because I solely did want to go for those contact dunks. So let's go with a 75 for that vertical. And this is what we're going to be looking like for the finishing side. So we have 3 to 4 other areas that we do need to focus on. And I think when it comes towards the finishing itself, bro, you have everything needed. Now, you're going to see exactly what I mean once I get into these physicals. So let's go with a 70 when it comes towards our speed. Getting into the acceleration, I'm going to put this to a 71. And then for that strength, make sure you go with an 85. Now, what I actually like about this build is you can put it up more if you want to, but it's necessarily not needed. Now, when it comes towards certain takeovers on top of that, man, you have the potential to raise your strength. Now, that's something that I thought about prior to making the build. And I really didn't think I was going to get this build name with the build and the attributes that I have. But as far as for the vertical, leave this as is. This is pretty much what our physicals will look like. Now let's get into that shooting. So for the mid-range shot, we all know KD is one of the best players when it comes towards that mid-range game. Not only that, but when he was playing with the Golden State Warriors, bro, he honestly was one of the best rim protectors in the league. And I have that kind of, you know, I took that into consideration with this build. I wanted to be sure to be a defensive presence. Now, when it comes towards that three-pointer, we got to go with an 83. I wanted to go ahead and get limitless range on the bronze tier. I'll be sure to go in the badges once we get this build complete. But for that free throw, man, you got to go with at least an 80 to be able to take this into the rec, the pro-am. Now, for the pass accuracy, let's go with a 75. I did go with a minimum threshold to actually get break starter on silver. Dimer's just another bonus. Now, if you add cap breakers towards this boost, you have to add 10 in order to get bailout, and you have the potential to also get versatile visionary. Just something to think about moving forward with this build, but I think it's one of the best. Now, as for the ball handle, let's go with an 80, and then for that speed with ball, I'm going to put this to a 60, and this is essentially what the build is going to be looking like. Now, we have 9 overall left over solely just for the defense. So for the interior, I'm going to put this up to a 70. Getting into the perimeter, let's go with an 84. And then as you get into that steal, this is really optional. I want to go with a 60 at least to get interceptor. Now for the block, go ahead and put this to an 84 as well. And then for the rebounding, I wanted to not only be a defensive presence, but you gotta snag boards. You're gonna be 6'9" out there. Your weight isn't too bad. You can compete with some big men. So as for that defensive rebound, I'm gonna go with an 80. The rest, let's go ahead and put it into the offensive. We have a 71. Now this right here, you have a few options to go with. If you want to upgrade, you know, let's say anything from the three-pointer, you can definitely do that. Upgrade or take away from the free throw, that's another option. But what I think is going to be truly best for this build is making sure that you stay all around. Now, especially even more so when it comes towards thinking of using this build in the ones. I think we can definitely compete not only with the guards, but at the height of 6'9", it's kind of that, you know, middle class from being considered tall and short in 2K. So really comes down to where you want to put these extra attributes. Now, for my best interest, I truly think you have to go with an 86 block, bro. Now, let's start with these badges. We get Silver Box Out Beast, you also get Pogo Stick, Rebound Chaser, and then on the offensive side, you know, now also for the block, we get Silver High Flying Denier, Pogo Stick, Paint Patroller, and then for that steal, Bronze Interceptor, bro. Now, there's other badges, you know, On Ball Menace, Gold Immovable Force will be key, and then you get Challenger. But for the interior defense, man, I think this is a solid number to compete with big men that are post scorers, just interior playmakers, bro. This is going to be a nice build to just be all around, and you could consider this to be a small ball big man. Now, for the playmaking is where things get really special. We have an 80 ball handle, so you get a lot of signature size ups, some signature dribble moves, also pro dribble moves definitely. For the shooting overall, man, I don't think there's really too much that can be said about something that you want more out of this build. Like, we have everything from Gold Deadeye, you have Limitless Range, Set Shot Specialist, Shifty Shooter as a 6'9" man. And then for the actual driving dunk, bro, you get the contact dunks, you get, you know, the animations for the driving layup to scoopers, bro. Like, this is a really complete build. Now, I would potentially in the future want more out of the post control because it actually does give you a lot of badges, and I think you can use these badges for that mid-range game. So if you wanted to take some away, like let's say you go with an 85 here, put the rest into the post control, I mean, that's another option, bro. You actually can make it this way and get post-up poet, but the build name may change. Now, I don't want to take that risk yet, but just something that, you know, y'all should be thinking about, because there's plenty different ways to make this kind of build. I've seen it made under the point guard and the shooting guard. I've never seen it out of the small forward. I think this is the very first one. So when it comes towards these takeovers, once I'm looking at, you know, you get above the rim, bucket, you get bully, which is really nice, clinic, you know, not too bad for the takeovers, bro. Driver, eraser, finisher, finesse, fortress, bro. I think overall, if you take into account this specific takeover, great wall, bro, you're gonna get a 99 strength on this build, which I think super overpowered for a 6'10", man. It's not even a big man, and you're gonna have a 99 strength. Now, that's why I had to go ahead and use this build as my small forward, because I think this is going to be one of the more well-rounded builds, but you're going to notice that there's some heavy defensive presence on this build. Now, for the shooting, you get Make It Rain, Midi Maestro, so at least a 99 mid-range shot, bro. You know, not much can be said about the build and what it's lacking, because I don't think it's lacking anywhere. You also get SWAT Specimen, Spot Up Shooter, Smooth Operator with Slice, 3&D, bro. This is a great build, man. I'm telling y'all. Like, now, if you look at this build as a whole, bro, I think it's one of the most complete, well-rounded small forwards that, you know, this is one of the best 3 builds, bro. If you're using this as the big man, you're able to do a little bit of everything while still being able to carry the offensive side. Now, you get everything from the contact dunks, the standing dunk animations, you know, most of the jump shot bases. Also, when it comes towards the playmaking, the pro dribble animations, the defense, I'm telling y'all, you're really gonna notice the defensive presence on this build, bro. At the height of 6'9", you have a 70 speed, so you're gonna be able to keep up with a lot of point guards. I've seen many people, and I think a lot of people are going from 70 speed up to 80-ish. I haven't seen too many people go up to 85 and 90, so I think you're going to be good, bro. Now, especially with that strength, it's going to allow you to keep up with your defenders because of these defensive badges. So really just something that y'all need to think about. And my favorite badge, I'm telling you, on this list, bro, will be for the playmaking, strong handle. So let me know what you think of this build down below. Is this one that you potentially have made or seen before? Now let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made the build correctly. We get Corey Maggot, Jaime James Jr. or Jaquez Jr., OG Anunoby, and together at the small forward position, and this is the 3rd build that I brought to y'all this year, the Swiss Army Knife. Now not only do we have a rare build name, but this is one of the only rare builds that you can take into NBA 2K25 the first week and, you know, find a lot of success with it. You're going to be able to have a lot of fun, definitely, because this build is an offensive powerhouse. Now, I just want to say thank y'all so much for your support. God bless every single one of you. And, you know, this is really just a start with NBA 2K25. I'm going to give y'all a lot of different builds throughout the year. So be sure to stay patient, stay tuned. And, you know, I just hope and pray that we can continue to grow this positivity channel, bro. Y'all are a part of the best community in the 2K community because we're being led by Jesus Christ, bro. So I just want to say thank you. You know, I just got to say thank the Lord King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. God bless every single one of you. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you know. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.